Tov Tzad Gimel Dinim HaNoegim Mei Omer Aleph Noegin Shel Yisei Isha Shel Yistaper in Pesach Hatzares. The minig is not to marry and not to cut the hair between Pesach and Hatzares. Shemis Ablin Al Chav Dalad Alafim Mitalmid Rebbe Kiva Shemesi Yom Aleinu.
Why some people lenient and like Baomer already?
That's why we're here tonight. We have to understand this.
Okay. I know the Sephardim very mekel on that. The Syrian, the Chalabi, very mekel.
When?
Before, like Baomer, they
Finish.
take hair, nail, everything.
But some people, it's Lamedalad, no?
Yeah, let me tell it. That's what I
When?
meant.
The day of Lag Bomer itself,
No.
or the next day?
The day after.
The day after? That's when the Sephardim were finished, right? Right. Okay, we're going to see Mitzvah Hashem. So, because of the 24,000 Talmidim Rekiba that were nifter in these days, so therefore we have these minhagim. Ava Mutalas Shidduchim with Nisuin was allowed to make a shidduch without a Nisuin, without a marriage. Shemi kan v'anache. Maybe someone else is going to chap the girl. So you have to make the shidduch.
Engagement too.
Even Tisha B'Av itself here.
Mutter gam kein lasi suuda lacha shidduchim.
Yeah, it's a good.
Alacha kedushin. You can make a suda after it. Avalo yaser kudin mechoilis. However, one should not make rikudin mechoilis dancing. Ve'isarch leiber shel yaser rikudin mechoilis shel hashos. For sure, one cannot make rikudin mechoilis shel hashos if it's not for a mitzvah. For sure, you cannot make it. Dancing. You're allowed to make a suda v'shos. A suda has nothing to do with a mitzvah, but like you want to bring your friends over, make a meal, and get together, you're allowed to do that. Without dancing and extra simcha, you're allowed to do it.
Like a bar mitzvah, for example, you're allowed to do.
So the bar mitzvah is not a suda mitzvah, right? Does it have a status of suda mitzvah?
אבל מותר לעשות סעודת הרשות.
Yeah, you can make the suda. The question is that what about the dancing?
No, you're not allowed to. You can't dance in a bar mitzvah. You could dance without music.
So here it seems even without live music, it would be a problem. Well, mice, I think people are makel. They dance without music. By the mitzvahs, but I'm not sure. Maybe that's not the best minhag, but that's
Or the nice thing is the acapella groups.
right.
I was by Gerlitzky bar mitzvah and Sefiras. Ravon Gerlitzky was dancing without music. With dancing. There was no music at all. No, he's shaloche. Really, no.
Siv Beis. Mi shekafat v'nosa v'yom halalu. Someone who didn't listen and he got married in these days. Ein koin senei klum. We do not give him a knas. Kivin she'asa mitzvah. We don't give a knas. You did a mitzvah, so we're not going to give you a knas for doing a mitzvah.
And I'm konsim and I'm goarim bo.
We don't give him a penalty. We don't tell the kehila shouldn't give him a penalty because he did a mitzvah. He did the mitzvah the wrong time, but he was doing a mitzvah. So we can't punish you for doing a mitzvah.
And you can tell him, listen, to make
Okay, so that you could tell him, but you can't give him the knas. You can't make him pay money. In those days, they had a kehila. They were able to enforce rules. If someone took a haircut, it's not a mitzvah to take a haircut. So you give him a knas because he went against the minhag. It's a strong minhag. The kehilas in Europe had power. They were given legal power, autonomy. They were allowed to rule over themselves and decide a lot of their own judgments.
This is
In the Yiddish quarter, they had their own. The goyim used to be that they gave the Jewish people their own. You have your own courts. You have your own system. Certain things you have to go to the government to deal with it, but other things you deal with it between each other. So too is with the Habdul, the Muslims, and other people. Everyone could deal with their own issue. You know, there was no the concept of having a secular government. This is not, this is more of a recent phenomenon in history. Governments always had a certain religion. You know, the concept of having a democracy, which doesn't have a religion, is more recent.
Right.
Always countries were religious to countries. It was Christian, it was Muslim, and that was the nation's rule of the land.
The Torah says, שופטים ושוטרים תיתן לך בכל שעריך.
Right?
That's black and white.
Now, Siv Gimel. Mi shalekim adayim mitzvah perividivya. Someone who doesn't have children yet. Or he is older, he has no one to help him out. Kiman shemoto elisa. Afiltei shloishim Aveilus Aveilus. Since he's allowed to get married even betoich the shloishim, Aveilus Aveilus, shechayelis abalem gzeres chacham. When she's a chiyuv to have Aveilus on them, it's a gzeres chacham. Kol shekein shemoto elisa Aveilus yam halalo shein elaminik ba'alma. So for sure, such individuals that either they're older, they have no one to take care of them, so they want to get married, even though they already had children. A lot of older people, they get married again because they want to take care of someone should take care of him, or they don't have children. They're allowed to get married, but mikomakim still in all medinas eil noglach. Still in enachanami mitzad halacha you could, but the meaning in our country says we don't make any weddings. You wait for later. You can wait a few weeks. You'll make it after Shavuos, right? Because otherwise, like let's say all the chasanim and kalas, right? All the chasanim today, they're getting engaged. Really, they also weren't mekayim pirivirivya. So maybe we should let them make the chasanas now. Why do we wait until like Ba'omer or to after Shavuos? Let them have it during Sefiras HaOmer. The answer is api halacha. You're right. It's mutter because if someone who is in the shloishim is allowed
Can
to
do it. Alachat kama v'kama.
Kama, this is a less of a chamor. But l'maisa, the minig is still that we're machmer. It's a minig that we're machmer still. That's the reason why all the chasanim are waiting. Why should they wait? They didn't makayim perividivya, so they should go get married right away. Someone is getting married a second time and he already had children. We say to him, okay, you wait. But all of them don't have to wait api halacha. But the minig in these countries is to wait. Maybe other places have a different minig. That's what the minig in these countries is. Kishiyesh mila siv david v'yamim halalu. When there is a bris mila during the days of Sfira, utarim bale habris are allowed to cut her hair. We'll see when. What does it mean, bale habris? Moyel, sandik, vaviaben. These three are called that bale habris. B'yoyim shelifnei mila, the day before the mila, samach la'erev, close to the evening. Koydim alich lebeis hakneses, before they go to shul, that night for Ma'ariv, they're allowed to go listaper to cut the hair. In the morning they don't have time. They have to go to the bris. The night before, it's already close to night, we're makel and we let them go.
I think the Moel has an advantage here, more than Avia Ben. Avia Ben, it's one boy right now, but the Moel goes so many brittle, so he can say a date.
That's right. Whenever he wants, he can choose the date.
Yeah.
You could choose the date. L'mais, it doesn't say in Shulchan Aruch itself, but the place can bring down other minhagim. For example, we don't make a shechiyanu in Yemei HaSfira. We don't make a shechiyanu. What we mean here is that if you're not obligated to make a shechiyanu, and you don't eat a new fruit or wear a new beged chadash, fancy beged, which is chayiv and shechiyanu, you don't want to say shechiyanu. The reason for that is because the days of the Sefiras HaOmer are not they're bad simon. They're not good
They're not
days.
happy days.
Yimei hadin. It's called Yimei gvura. And by the way, this is a P Kabbalah. I mean, the Rishonim already say this, but that's really the reason why the Talmidei of Akiva passed away in this time of the year. Why was it this time of the year? It could have been before Pesach, after Shavuos. They were Lei Nogu covered Zebazah the whole time. But this time of the year is not a healthy time of the year. There are certain aspects of Gevura, of Din, that are shoylet now. So that's why bad things can happen. Chas v'sholom. So L'maisa, therefore, we don't want to say Shehechiyanu v'kimanu v'higiyanu l'zman hazeh. We are so happy that we are coming l'zman hazeh this time.
Cannot
It's
say
not the
without,
time.
without Shem Malchut?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yesterday, somebody,
but-
I was in Chinese auction, somebody did not see me maybe 3-4 years. So he saw me, jump on me, and he says, Rechianu v'kimanu, I didn't see you for 3 years. Without Shem Malchut. And he's a religious guy.
So the emes hazoi, I'll tell you. If someone is obligated to say a shechiyanu, he can't b'chura exempt himself from the shechiyanu. Let's say someone who has a baby girl. The halacha is you have to make a shechiyanu when you have a baby girl. It's a bracha you say. A boy you say atayva meitiv when you hear the news, and the girl when you see the girl you say the bracha shechiyanu. So the ma'isa, you can't say, oh, I don't say shechiyanu. No. If you are obligated, a chiyuv to say shechiyanu. But you should not bring yourself into a situation that you're going to have to say shechiyanu. Don't buy a pri chadash. If you have a pri chadash, a new fruit, you have to say shechiyanu if you're going to have the new fruit. Don't buy lechatchila the pri chadash. Don't buy lechatchila the beged chadash. You don't go buy yourself a new bekasha, a new shtraimel, a new talis, because then you have a chiyuv shechiyanu. We don't want to say shechiyanu v'kimanu v'yigam l'zman hazeh. But if you're obligated, you have a chuyiv to say it, you have to say it. You don't have a choice.
How many?
Right? What about a pidyon haben? What's the halacha? A pidyon haben we say shechiyanu?
We do.
So,
In Sefiras HaOmer.
so you have to say shechiyanu also in Sefiras HaOmer. Because you don't have a choice. This is a mitzvah. You're a chayiv. You're chayiv. But if you're not chayiv, don't bring yourself to the chayiv shechiyanu because we don't want to say this shechiyanu bracha. I'll be more Kabbalah, which is brought already in all the, and also a place can bring it down.
24,000 Talmidim of Rabbi Akiva passed away. I read somewhere 700 a day. So how many Levayot Rabbi Akiva went on this period of few weeks? From Levaya to Levaya.
I have to understand. There are actually some shitas, but I'd say it wasn't over 1 year. It was over many years, but it was during always this period of this period.
That's more logic.
Yeah. So I don't recall the details. By the way, you know, there is a lot of very strange things about it. What's the inyan of, you know, even though they were not noye kavod zeh, but such a harsh punishment, and so the Rebbe has some sichas about it. The Rebbe explains that einachanami, from the fact that leinogu kavod zeh, that itself is not enough to warrant such punishment. However, it was also the fact that there was a very big ayin hara on them, because they reached the number of 24,000. Big, tremendous amount. And the Rebbe brings from other Gemaras that the number 24, and also from the Zohar, the number 24 is a number from Klippa. It's a number that the Klippa, the Ra has a shaykhis to this number. It's ayin hara on the number 24. So when they reached this number 24,000, it was both together. It was the fact that they had the leinagu kavod zebazeh together with this ayin hara caused it. But on its own, each one of them on their own wouldn't have happened. It was something unique. It wasn't something regular, the situation. Just because leinagu kavod zebazeh, that's not going to happen. They had such a unique ayin hara because of their riboy that they had, and because of the number 24, which is very much associated with Gevura and with Din. And coupled with the fact that if they maybe would have had the Shmira, that they would have had the Avat Yisrael, that would have protected them. Because they didn't have that, so that was a Siba that the Ayin Hara should be implemented. You know, we say, Ein Mazel Yisrael. But on one hand, we find that we are concerned sometimes for Mazel. Right? Some people don't make Kiddush between 6 and 7. Some people don't do different things because of the Mazel. What do you mean, Ein Mazel Yisrael? It depends, if you lift yourself up above it, you won't be affected by it. But if you're certain things, like we say, during the 9 days, the Bein HaMitzarim, you shouldn't do certain types of trips, certain types of go on the derech. Why not? Because the Satan is mekatreg b'shas sakon. And yois, these times are not good times, and you're doing something which might be risky. You're doing some type of trip or journey, which maybe is a risky thing. So, together, both of those together are not healthy. This is not such a good time, and you're doing something risky. So this leaves room that something could happen. That's similar to such an idea. Now, you asked a good question. What is the different minhagim over here about like Ba'omer? Why some people are like Ba'omer, something Lamadalit, something after Shavuos. So for the next 2 sifim, we're going to discuss the different minhagim about when it is Aveilus. Now, what happened was the days that they were nifter, everyone agrees it was only 33 days. It was only 33 days. It wasn't every day of the 49 days of Sefira. Well, depends how you learn. According to some shitot, they started passing away from the beginning till Lag BaOmer. Lag BaOmer they stopped. That's what traditionally we always say. That's what we see the first shita. Lamed Gimel Yamim, these 33 days. Yesh Oimrim. Some say Shemas Chilam Yim Rishon Shel Sefiras HaOmer Mesayim B'Lag BaOmer. Shabayis Yom Meisu Achareinim Shel Chav Dal Elef. On that day passed away the remaining of the 24,000. So therefore, since they finished passing away, therefore we're noyig a little bit to have an extra simcha on this day. They stopped dying. Some of them passed away in this very day, so why should we make a simcha today? Maybe the next day. The halach is in your day, you have you just experienced it, the Shiva, the 7th day, it's not a full day. The night and the day, a little bit into the day.
In the morning, you go around the house.
And that's it. What's the part? The last day of Shiva, the last day of any Aveilus, of the Shloishim, of the Shiva, we apply a klal, mixat hayom kekuli. We don't need to have 7 24-hour period days.
Make a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. We don't do the night. There is even a shita which holds, which maybe we'll see soon maybe, but there's a shita that held that even the night, a little bit of the night is enough to be considered the whole day. The Maisa, we don't hold that way. We hold the Iker is, we'll see soon, there is some shita like that also, but this shita that we're learning now goes with the standard shita, that it's only a little bit of the day also. So it means, according to this shita, the night of Lag BaOmer, you're not allowed to play music. You're not allowed to make wedding, the night going in, which this year is Wednesday night.
The next day.
Because the Mix Hayim Kuli only starts by day. The Fichach, Kishenoyeg Aveilus Sha'achas Epochis. We'll see, you'll see. We're just in the first shita.
Including Ikram night.
The Fichach, Kishenoyeg Aveilus B'Sha'achas Epochis B'Yom HaMegam. If you're Noyeg Aveilus for an hour or even less than an hour, during the day of Lag BaOmer, the Hainu Shemeneya Melistaper, one refrains from cutting the hair, till the morning, B'Lag BaGimel of Lag BaGimel, Dai B'Kach, it's enough. As long as a little bit of the day went in, you waited a few minutes, now you could cut your hair, release a should make a wedding on the day. As well, from Lag BaOmer on, it's finished now. Now it's all over the Aveilus according to the Shita. If it falls out on Shabbos, on Sunday, no, you're going to stop it with Shabbos because of Shabbos. Hayoyis, the Lag BaOmer is already here, so we're makel and we tell you already Erev Shabbos, you can cut your hair. We call Makim. Still in all. I feel Balam Gimel Atzmai, Yizar Shestapa Kodim Yoyim. Like we said before, you have to be careful not to cut your hair before dawn, before sunrise. We only say part of the day is as if it's the whole day. Laila, the night, afilu kula eina kaholayim. Even the entire night is not like the entire day. Aveilus is not over till the next day. According to the Shita, we say Tachnun in the Mincha before. The rule about Tachnun, by the way, we saw Pesach Sheni. We did say Tachnun in the Mincha before.
Just do say that.
What's the reason? Because the klal is like this. Whenever a Yom Tif is also at night, not only the day is the Yom Tif, but the night before is also, then already the Mincha before we don't say Tachnun. Because already Mincha time is closer to the evening, so this is closer to the Zman of the Simcha, so we don't. But what happens if the night itself is not a Yom Tif? So then the Mincha before, we're going to still say Tachnun. So for example, Pesach Sheni, when did they shech the Korban Pesach? By day. The night before was not a mitzvah, nothing special. Maybe the next night also, because they also ate it, they shechted by day and they ate, but the night before for sure is not part of the Simcha. Right? So, Leil Yudalad Iyar is not a Simcha, so therefore Mincha before you say Tachnun. And according to the Shita also, Leil Amegimel is still Noyeg Aveilus until the morning. Because you don't say mixes halayla kakule, only mixes hayem a little bit of the day, it's as if I have the whole day. It's enough already. So therefore, since the night is still Aveilus, so the day before, you're not allowed to say Tachnun. You do say Tachnun according to this Shita. However, he adds in
the matzah this year.
Huh?
The matzah this year on Sunday or Motzei Shabbos is good also.
L'chora only Sunday.
So I heard from Levi Gareli that once the Rebbe ate Motzei Shabbos and Sunday.
Did he say anything about Sunday night?
No. The Motzei Shabbos is the night before. It's time.
The night before.
The night before.
Mm.
And the Rebbe ate matzah and the day.
Mm.
And sometimes the Rebbe ate only the day, not the night.
The only thing is, I think they saved the Rebbe used to eat matzah a whole year, so I have to know.
No, but Bedafka, Pesach Sheni.
And this
I
matzah,
don't see the reason that you should not eat that the night before. I don't know if it's something special the Rebbe did. No, because there's no.
No, it's no Yom Tov.
It's not Yom Tov, yeah. There's no Inyan of Pesach Sheni the night before, so I don't know if the Rebbe did it. Maybe he just wanted to eat some matzah, but I don't know if it's connected. If to know really what happened.
Right.
What is it?
you see hamotzi on this matzah Pesach Sheni?
Do you say a whole year long motzi?
No,
Matzah?
not at all. You said
Mezonot.
all year mezonot. Also at Pita we say mezonot.
Yeah.
Yeah. My question, you know why? Because Sunday morning we have the shachrit, we have kolel yom rishon, and we have a challah and matzah.
Because of Pesach Sheni.
Pesach Sheni. So I give them advice: take a piece of challah, piece of matzah, make a korech, and eat it together. Make a motzi.
Go out of the street.
Yeah, it's very interesting. The Svardim hold because they hold that the cracker, Al Pi Halacha, Rabbi Barazim is probably he teaches the halachas of Birchas Hanen here, but there is a sheet which holds that crackers, matzah is basically like a cracker. So
It is
crackers is not really
It's not
something. Yeah. So therefore they hold that the matzah is mazoinus. Alamayim Pesach, the mitzvah gives a cheshivas.
Wow, that's why.
You make hamoitzi. So yeah, according to that, you still make mazoinus even on Pesach Sheni and the matzah.
Yeah, I discussed with a few people here, and they told me, no, it's hamotzi. I said, check it out. I don't think Rabbi Marodov knew even that.
Yeah, but I think all the Ashkenazim make on it hamoitzi. Only the Svardim have a same mazoinus on it. I don't know all the Svardim, but I know that's
the matzah they make on Pesach night, the Sfardim, it look like a lafa. It's not like a cow matzah. You look at it, oh my God, it's chometz gomer.
For you.
It's a lafa.
Chametz Gamo. Why is it Chametz Gamo?
To us, it will be chometz gomer.
not really, but you look at it, people feel that way. They're not comfortable.
It's like eating what is it called? A wrap, so scary. But for them, it's mitzvah d'oraisa.
Api halacha, it's not.
How Hillel Azaken? Haya kochan ve'ochla. How you can korech? You need the lafa to put the shawarma, to put the tzli, roll it and eat it. And that's it. Kochan, that's the words.
And you have to have some lettuce, you know, some butter. Put some lettuce to make the shawarma better. Some butter.
You ate already the lettuce before. You didn't wash. You ate it. So now you put it in.
Yeah. That's a machlokes Ashkenazim and Sfardim about the matzah all here.
You have to test this matzah.
The big
Years
shaila
ago I
is-
bought it. It's delicious.
You have any leftovers?
No, they brought it from
It's
Israel.
almost like
Somebody
bang-
brought
it's
Do
it.
you have any
Pancake.
leftover now?
From this
didn't-
matzah, I
you didn't
didn't
eat
eat
this year.
No, they eat it and
Until-
they
and
make
they
it
said-
at Yom Tov at night.
You have
It's
to...
expensive, it's probably, you know?
You take
No,
it from
they
the
make
freezer. Yeah, 3 pieces for about $35. I bought 6.
3 pieces for $45. Wow.
Because they bring it from Israel, they put it in the freezer here. You buy it frozen, you take it home to freeze it. Hour before the seder, you have to take it out to unfreeze it, put it in the oven. It's warm and delicious.
It's almost like what we eat in the morning for breakfast. What is it called? Pancake. Almost like pancake.
Like a pita.
Like lettuce?
Lafa, lafa.
Lava?
You like lafa?
Sure.
It's $1 more.
I
if
like
you buy in
everything that's
Israel.
kosher.
Huh?
Every food that's kosher I like.
It's very
My-
expensive. It's very expensive to have this.
I say hinni nuchen and zumen to ben ziens boich.
Okay.
Which page?
Taf Mem Dalet. The last 3 lines.
Tough memdal.
Taf Mem Dalet. So
Now,
Tachna. Talk about tachna. Oh, yeah.
so Lamaitza, there is another shita. Meaning, in this first shita, that Aveilus is the first 33 days, now we're talking that Aveilus only stops during by daytime.
Lag BaOmer.
But like Peretz is saying, what do you mean? Everyone's making simchas already and things the night before already.
Mm-hmm.
What's that based on? This is based on this sheet. V'yesh mekoimis, the bottom of page Taf Mem Daled. V'yesh mekoimis, some places, noigin, they have the custom shaloi loimer tachnon, not to say tachnon, but mincha shal erev lag loimer. They don't say tachnon mincha. That's our minig, by the way. Not like the first one that they do say mincha. Why? Shesoimchin shebetchilas leil lamegimel posku Aveilus. Because they're soimich that in the beginning of the night of lamegimel, Aveilus stopped already. V'lechein in ermin tachim mincha shalafanov. Kameish in ermin mincha shalafnei shari yamim she'en ermin tachim. Shaleilim kiyemim. As every yamtiv. The night before is the same status as the day. They hold that like BaOmer, the night already is not Aveilus already. So therefore the mincha also you don't say tachna before. Olafim and Hakam, and according to their minig, mutarim gamkin l'staper v'lisa l'olam gimel. You can also get married Wednesday night this year, right? After Teisek Yichavim.
Mm-hmm.
You can make a chuppah. It could be quite late the chuppah, but you could do the chuppah. And you can take a haircut and have music and everything the night of like BaOmer, which that's takar minig.
We can take a haircut.
Yeah, Wednesday night. Yeah.
Who's open on Wednesday night?
No one's open, but you could. If you want, someone offers to give you a haircut. So you don't have to refuse.
What about on Lag BaOmer?
Sure, for sure you could. Shalafi divrei, we have at the top of Taf Mem Hey. The feed in the parentheses, feed divrei, may know you're going to according to this shita, it ends up only being that we only mourn, we only practice Aveilus for 32 days. Because the whole entire 33rd day is mutter. Mashenk in the first opinion, no. It's 33 days Aveilus. And how do we, but still in all, the day we're allowed to be makel because it's like the last day of the Aveilus, because the 33rd day is the last day of Aveilus. So we're makel like by Shiva were makel the 33rd day, that as long as you had the night Aveilus, a little bit of the morning, the rest of the day. But according to this, the second opinion that we had over here, the second minig, was that already the night you also don't have Aveilus, so that means essentially you only had 32 days of Aveilus. That's what it means. Okay, this is all according to the opinion that the 33 days are the first half of Sefiras HaOmer. But now in Sivav we're going to see that there is an opinion which holds that these 33 days of Aveilus between Pesach and Atzeres are not the first 33, they are the last 33 days, those Shavuos. Now, in this opinion, just like in the first opinion, we had two minhagim. In the second, we also have two minhagim exactly when these last 33 days start and end. Sivav. V'yesh omrim. Some say, Shalamet Gimel Yom Eilu Maschilim in Beis Chodesh Iyar. The second day of Chodesh Iyar, Beis Iyar, yeah, start the Aveilus, Mesayim be'Erev Shavuos, and you finish it on Erev Shavuos. Va'af api shemutar l'stap v'lis lag b'omer. So those are the 33 days, the last 33 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now the question is, according to the second opinion, what about Lag BaOmer itself? Lag BaOmer we know is on the 18th day of Iyar. Now, if you're starting it on the second day of Iyar, your Lag BaOmer comes out in the middle of your 33 days.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to now cut your hair and make marriages, chasanas on Lag BaOmer, aren't you like stopping in the middle of the Aveilus? According to the first opinion, it's on the last day. The big deal. But according to this opinion, Lag BaOmer is going to fall out in middle, smack in middle of the 33 days of Aveilus. Isn't this cutting off the Aveilus? You're making a break. So he says the second line in Vav, Ava bishamuta l'stapa release Lag BaOmer. Kol makim stolok even shin heter la'achashav mitzayim shukar kolei. Since the heter is only after the night went by and a little bit of the morning, therefore, the Lag BaOmer will be counted as one of the days of Aveilus. Since according to this opinion, the night of Aveilus, the night before, you keep Aveilus, so the day, even though it's in the middle of Aveilus, it's still going to be okay. Now,
that can be wrong. You have some rebel of the light in the fire in the morning, not at night.
they wait till the morning.
The one in the morning light.
Because of this, yeah. Now, in the second opinion, V'al-pi divreihem, based on the words of this second shita, that the 33 days are the last 33 days. Yesh noegin listaper v'lisa b'chol shloishes yemei hagbala. You have more about the older print. Some people have a minig to cut their hair and make chasanas throughout the 3 days of Akbala. The 3 days before Shavuos are called Shlosh Yemei Akbala. Alright, what do you mean? You're taking off now 3 days off of your like Lamed Gimel Yamim. So they start a little earlier. Starting from the first day of Chodesh Iyar, which is the 30th of Nisan, they go back 3 days.
That's why the last day is here.
Ela ad rish chodesh belvad, v'lo yad bechlal, kedei shu noig in Aveilus lamed gimel yamim, in order to have Aveilus 33 days. Siman Tov Tzad Gimel, middle Sivav. Sheim aschilim rish chodesh Iyar, mesayim b'yayim rishon shel Hagbala, mitzayim ha'achin hu kekulei. V'mistapim v'nois v'sheher yom rishon shel Hagbala v'eilach. According to this, the first day of the Shlosh Yemei Hagbala before Shavuos, meaning, practically speaking,
This year
Gimel. Gimel, the night
This
of
will
Gimel,
be Friday, Saturday,
the
Sunday.
night of Gimel Sivan, you still cannot get married or take haircuts. Because otherwise you're going to lose a day of the 33 days.
This year you have Shabbat before. So you get married only Thursday night.
Yeah. Siv Zayin. So we have two different, general we have two minhagim, and within each one you have a subcategory. You have one that says the first 33 days is the one is the 33 days of the first 33 days of the time to base in the shuas. Second one says the last 33 days. Within each one you have another minig. The first one you have a minig that a different minhagim whether the night of like Ba'imr is also Aveilus or not. And the second shita, you have another shita which starts these 33 days a little earlier on Mishchaydash Ir and ends it a little earlier. Instead of ending at Erev Shavuos, to end it on the first day of the Shloshis Me'agbala. That's what we learn now. Siv Zayin, Siman Tav Tzaddik Gimel.
People are getting married in the Shloshim Me'agbala? By Chabad?
Today's days, a lot
The
of people
Rabbanim
do.
allowed, right? This year is going to be only on Thursday night because Shavuos is Sunday, Monday. So Shavuos nobody's getting married.
Less time this year. Yeah.
Well, actually, there was a chuppah in a chasana in Kohenitz not long ago on Friday.
There was.
Friday afternoon, there was a chasana. The corresponding was Melchik in the morning, in the afternoon it was chasana, and the night they went to the hotel.
You know that it used to be in Europe,
The
They-
Rabbeim.
they-
the weddings
The
were always
Rabbeim.
Friday.
Oh,
To
that's
save a meal.
The Rambam Shita was that you're not allowed to make weddings Friday because it's
Hey, Marvin,
because there are going to be issues of
Chilul.
Chilul Shabbos and preparing for Shabbos, different things. So, but Lamaisa, the minig was not that way. The minig was like other Rishonim that held you are allowed. And especially in Europe, they used to do it because people didn't have money, couldn't afford making a separate wedding. So they would make a Shabbos meal / wedding meal. So it's all one. So you make Friday night the chasana. And that night you make an extra special meal. And you make a suda.
And you save them.
There was even
And you
heterim.
save them for
Well, the musicians, there was even heterim for the musicians, where they would have goyish musicians.
Really?
And they would, you
Kidding?
know, and
Wow.
for tzarich of a mitzvah, you know.
How about photographer?
That not. If they couldn't afford,
That's not a tzarich mitzvah.
So they cannot afford.
they did it because they couldn't afford. So if they couldn't afford photography.
There's a Yid in Crown Heights, a Pinya Korf. The Rebbe told him that he doesn't want pictures by the chasanas.
He doesn't want
The early years, the Rebbe
Picture.
didn't want they should take pictures.
take pictures.
Here in the early years in America, the Chassan Kala, it was a new idea, this concept of having pictures and everything, and the Rebbe didn't want.
More gash.
The Rebbe didn't make it public, but it was known that the Rebbe didn't want that. Rather that the Bachram, the Chassanim should not do pictures. So Pinya Korf
I don't know.
himself gave the Rebbe said that if from the money that it costs to take pictures by Chassanas, he can open up a yeshiva in Morocco. So he took the money and he gave the Rebbe the money so he opened up a yeshiva in Morocco. So Lamaisa, he had no pictures of the wedding.
Who is this now?
Pinya Korf.
Pinya Korf in Crown
Oh,
Heights.
Kuzma. Uh-huh.
Lamaisa, there is someone later on gave him one picture that someone had taken. One picture from the wedding. So that's all they have. Just one picture.
And they're happily married till today.
One thing you could say for sure, they didn't fight over the pictures. They didn't argue who should pay for the pictures. And which picture should be in the album. So that was off the table.
It's very hard to pick up pictures from the album.
Right, so I'm saying this is what they dealt with the
What?
issue very
Well,
easily.
what about flowers and a band? And, I mean, those things are quite expensive.
Truth is, today the truth is that if someone doesn't want to hire photography, it's still very simple to take pictures. Everyone has phones and cameras, and it's really cheap. You want professional photography, but if really you want just pictures, you can get it easily. It's not a big deal, you know.
I think your younger brother didn't have a video.
have camera will travel.
Your younger brother, they didn't want to have a video, I remember.
Yeah, could be. I don't
Ask
know.
him. In his wedding, there's no video. There's only picture, I think.
I'll ask him.
And how many times do people watch the video? The
My grandchildren watching my video.
You're different, but most people don't.
Listen, times change. Certain things that became every generation, things are different. You know, and it takes time. Those days, taking pictures was considered like but today's days, pictures is already normal. Now you think about other things. There's other things that we can curb expenses and other areas where we shouldn't be spending so much on the chasanas and people want to show off and put a lot of money, which is not the right,
I think the best deal is Gerech Sinim. The Rebbe has a takone, what chasana should be, how many people should be, and that's it. You can't change it. I don't care what it is.
There are a number of kehillos that have the
Such a
takonas.
smart move. Such a
The
smart
Muncie,
move.
they're big on it. Well, you have 18 kids.
A lot of chasanas, only the family comes in the beginning, and everyone else later on can come later on for some zaynis, whatever, say l'chaim, and that's it.
The funny thing is, the people who come don't really.
My father got married.
It's a big deal. They have to do a favor, quote unquote, I have to go to this wedding. They really
People
don't
in
want
the shiva told me about my father's wedding in Yerushalayim. That they remember that they came. This one make this one make this. They bought it. That was the chasana. That's it. There's no catering, there's nothing. For sure. One person did this, one person did this. They brought it to it was a school, girls' school. They took one class, made it to
So my Zaydel Shalom told me Russia, he remembers that after the bar mitzvah, it came to the house, a bissel herring, a bissel kigel, and that's it, finished.
That's your
That's
Zayd. Here's my father.
Now today's days, people are making the upshenish, and they're so big, they're like bar
became a
mitzvahs
very
already.
big thing, the Upshanish. It's not
They
even a
have
service.
picture from your father's wedding?
They have
It's a disturbing
both
thing. People
children
throw
and
big
grandchildren,
money at
grandchildren.
Yeah, that's what does. Okay, Siv Zayin. Im yesh lo safek b'minig hamokim. Someone has a suffix. What is the clear minig in a place? He finds that there's a different minhagim in a place. There's no klarkai. What's the minig hamokim? Which lamed gimel yamim are the days of Aveilus? The first or the last? Eini yochel litvus kulei minhagim. You cannot chap and take the leniencies of both. And it should yinig heter ad ishchedish ir. It should be noyig heter until ishchedish ir, because the second opinion holds that it only starts from ishchedish ir. This is what achreina. Like this later opinion. The guy meaning heter like by Aveilus, the other word says what ishayna. He's also going to be noyig heter from Lamed Gibel Ba'omer till Atzeres. Like the first opinion. Come that he only does Aveilus for 18 days. Since these two kulas are contradictory to each other. Avol yochel litvis chumrei hamanhagim.
9:30.
Avol yochel litvis chumrei hamanhagim. One's allowed to take the chumras of both. And if sheyinig iser mi Pesach vad erev Shavuos, you're allowed to do both minhagim. Or you add the Misha Shel Akbala, or till the first day of Akbalas. Because remember, it depends when the second Shita starts. Either from Ish Chodesh, from Beizir. First day of Ish Chodesh from Beizir. You're doing Ashenoi Beiz Chumash Seizu, Eini Keksil Hailach B'Choshech. There is a term based on Kehelas, it's Keksil Hailach B'Choshech, a fool that walks in darkness. So, you could say a person you just don't know, you just say Machmer, no, we say this doesn't exist, L'gabi this minig. Your Einachanami, both chumras are sois, or either it's these 33 or it's the second 33. But since you're doing it because you don't know, you're not saying that, changing and saying, oh, it was all the entire time that they were nifter. No. I'm not sure when the Lamed Gimel Yam are, and so therefore, because of a suffix, I'm being machmer. Kiben sha'oisakei machmas ha-suffix, shenestapik is a minig ikr. He doesn't know which minig is the main minig. Mikol makim in tzarech lasakin. Still, you should know he's allowed to do it. But he doesn't need to do it. You have to take a chumrah on, you need to have a heter. People understand that in order to make a heter, in order to have a kula, you need a heter. Also to have a chumrah, you need a heter. You're not allowed to just do whatever chumras you like.
Only on Pesach.
Well, there's a heter for those chumras, because Arizal said that whoever's machmer on Pesach, all the chumras He's mizoich not to do an Aveilus all year. But even Pesach, you can't make up your own chumras. You can't create your own chumras. It's chumras that are family chumras or the kehilas chumras. Just to create your own chumras.
They say you can do whatever you want as far as.
And one of the dinim in the Alter Rebbe, one of the dinim in Shulchan Aruch, it comes from the Rosh. It says in Uchas Pesach that there's certain ladies that are machmer to do a certain type of cleaning. I don't remember the details. And the Alter Rebbe writes, he brings from the Rosh. He says, "V'yesh lahem yismachu." They have who to rely upon. But he's talking about a chumrah. Even for a chumrah, you have to have who to rely upon. You can't just make up chumras. Then you're a kasila helach b'cheshach.
It's a story that the Chossi didn't want to eat by him.
Huh? Now,
it's a story, right? The Chossi didn't want to eat by him on Pesach. And then he went home and he found out there's a bread in the well.
It was the Maggid, no? Who was the Maggid there? That's why I heard the story. You don't have to. Just you could take any minig you want. That the minig of the makkah is not this way. It's only a minig. You should have your machal if you know the minig of the place. He knows the minig hamakim. In l'shanis of minig hamakim lahakil. The yamim she'anshe hamakim.
He doesn't hold it, but he knows what they're holding.
He knows what the minig of the makim is, and he should do it. He should not change from the minig, not to be makel in the days.
If he's a makel and they're machmir, he can do it.
There's no minig or makim. It's a child which lam gimel yamim you want to choose, right. The first or the second.
Right.
So if you know the minig is, let's say, the first 33.
So
you're not allowed to be makel those 33 and do the second. Either the shan is minig hamakim, the hak be yam shan she makim echminim, or the hachmer be yam she makilim. If you're doing it just like a chumrah, you're allowed to be machmer yourself. But if you're doing it because you hold the ikar is not like that shita, then you can't do it. Because you think that's the way you're supposed to do. You want to make a statement, but that's the minig. It looks like there's two toides in one city. Shehu machmir and shemakim mekilim or lehepech. Isa loises goydu. Keloimer the isa loises goydu includes loisasu agudis, not make groups in one city. You want to be machmer, can machmer sein, but you say I'm taking it on the Torah's chumrah. By saying I hold you're wrong and I'm right, now you're setting up a situation. Loises goydu. Afilu me'inyan shein lochash machloikis. Even sheinu yichidi. Beer. Even if it's not it's not about achloikus. Let's say there are other people also that have this minig. Al harbi man shenegim nakum neigim kach or harbi man neigim kach. Being makpidim zal zeh klal, and they're not makpid one another. Still in all, there's an issue iser loisus koidu. Does not have to do dafke with machloikus. There's an iser not to have a one kihilo two different menhagim. Let's just finish it off. Afla neigim iser gam adish chodesh ir. Yikomakim imchal b'Shabbos, kiven sheyesh kan teisefes simcha Shabbos v'reish chodesh.
Yes.
Yesh lahati listaper be'er Shabbos v'kavod HaShabbos v'gam lisa isha b'biyoyim kiven sheyikus v'sansuyi v'Shabbos v'reish chodesh. You're allowed to get married on Friday. Yeah. Because it's Shabbos and it's Vish Chodesh, you can be Mekel. As long as the Iker Suda is on Shabbos and Vish Chodesh. Sif Tes, Noigel Shalatzim Alocha, Echad Noshem, Echad Noshem, Koi Mea Sfira, Mishkiyas Acham, Adlachas Sefiras HaOmer. Meaning is not to do Malacha from after Shkia till after you sell Sfira. But Remez Zeh Shenem Shabbos Shabbosis, Beloshen Shvus, Shebizman HaSfira, Dem Mishkiyas Acham, Ve'elch, Lish Beis Malacha, Shenat Malacha, Adlachas Sheyisper. Women that don't count, Hafsha maybe Shlish Beis Malacha Kol Ayla. They don't count, so whole night you shouldn't be able to do Malacha. It's not the minig. It's better
to remind the wife to make a.
It's not the minig.
Who has this minig? We don't have this minig.
No, it's not the minig.
So what, it doesn't say Yashayim in that, does nothing. Just straight up that this is the minute.
Not everything said in Shulchan Aruch. We're noyig that way. Also, malach over here doesn't mean like, you know,
It means like Chalamoid Tikkun
yeah, well, the mice,
opening up your store or whatever.
yeah,
But
but the
the
mice,
business-
it's not the minik.
He takes them to compare it.
Yeah, but how are you supposed to know this from learning this?
A lot of Shulchan Aruch is like that, you know, in Shulchan Aruch, if you look up what it says, like after Kiddush, we know that after Kiddush Levana, there's a minig to dance. It says in Shulchan Aruch that Rama writes that you should,
Oh, that's
should
why we
make
do it.
rekudim, mechoilis, you should be happy in Kiddush Levana. It also says by Hakafis, that Rama writes that Simchas Torah, the minig is to make Hakafis a dance. If you look at the Lashonis, if you would look just from Shulchan Aruch, it seems like you have to be happier after Kiddush Levana than in Simchas Torah. If you're going to go from the Lashonis. So if you don't go follow him and hug him,
You don't know what to
you
do.
just follow Shulchan Aruch, you make a big akafis by Kiddush Levana, and the akafis is a shvach simcha. We have to know what the minig oilam is. Klal Yisrael knows. No, Hanig Lehen,
So where
Bnei
does,
Nevi'im him, Bnei Nevi'im
what
him.
is it, where does it speak about the particular, the way we do Simchas Torah? It doesn't say it.
Sometimes it says, some things say, some things you know that the oilam firtzach hazoi.
But does
Sometimes
it,
there
is it
are
brought
sifrei minhagim that bring down that the minig is not the way it's in the Shulchan Aruch.
down? Is it brought
There are
down?
other achrayim that argue and hold differently than Alter Rebbe, or you know.
But where does it talk about
Many-
Hakafis
many-
the way we do
In
it?
Shulchan
Where
Aruch
is it
Alter
about-
Rebbe says you should sleep in the sukkah, right? You know, not everything is the way it is in the Shulchan Aruch.
Yeah, but this is not for
The way, no, the
About
hakafis, it says to make hakafis, but the language is of simcha. If you look, it's much more simcha. It's mashal kiddush levana. So if you're a ger and you never
You
wear
don't look-
you
you
never
don't
in a
know.
shul,
Yeah, you will not.
so you make
If you're
make
looking at it from the
like the rest
text,
of the simcha.